What's up everybody, welcome back, and today we're gonna be ranking every single Call of Duty game from worst to best. And I know that I'm gonna trigger a lot of people, but understand this is just a video after all, and you are absolutely all clear to engage. You can take shots at your boy, it doesn't even matter. You can go full force at your boy in the comments. Just make sure that you don't say certain words, because YouTube bot will just kind of delete your comments. But other than that, you are all clear to engage. But understand this is just an opinion video, opinion of mine, an opinion of the vast majority of the Call of Duty athletes, and I just want to get right into it. As always, I do all the Call of Duty stuff and gaming news out there, so if you're new here, subscribe, and let's go for 1,000 likes. It would help out a ton. But coming in at our number 13 spot, I have Call of Duty Ghost on the list. Now arguably it has the best fish AI mechanic, but listen, I know that there are certain people that absolutely love Call of Duty Ghost, and there is nothing wrong with that. I guess that all of us can agree that its storyline was definitely hands down one of the best, and I know that there is a following that would absolutely love to see Call of Duty Ghost 2, and I personally can agree on Call of Duty Ghost 2 campaign because the story was something that I personally enjoyed as well. But other than that, there wasn't anything special about this game. Yeah, sure, multiplayer has cranked and that's kind of like its icon, but let's be real, other than that, there was nothing special about this game when it first launched. Now looking back, extension is something that I absolutely adore, but it still got some problems. You see, like, you play it once and that's pretty much it. There is no replayability factor. I wish that they introduced like speedrun kind of aspect to it, or something like Spec Ops, right, where you can get like 3 stars based on how fast you were able to complete. At the end of the day, it was a cheap imitation of zombies without actually having what made zombies successful. That was like the infinite rounds. You can go around, pack a bunch of weapons, do like side Easter eggs, music Easter eggs, the main Easter eggs, and all that stuff. But in extension, we had none of that. It was just like going from point A to Z and doing that every single time you wanted to play. That's why it comes at my number 13 spot. Ladies and gentlemen, at my number 12 spot, I got Advanced Warfare, and the only reason Advanced Warfare comes above Call of Duty Ghost was because of everybody using Speakeasy in the multiplayer. You know, you remember those times when everybody was using Speakeasy, but I gotta be real, this is that game that introduced microtransactions like no tomorrow, and that's why we had Black Ops 3 with crazy amount of microtransactions, Black Ops 4. Now I'm gonna get to those games in just a little bit, but the reason it comes above Call of Duty Ghost, in my opinion, is because of Advanced Warfare Zombies. Now sure, we had maps like Burger Town that many people despise, and yes, its multiplayer had that advanced movements that a lot of people despise, but I got to agree on one thing here in particular, is that it tried to do something innovative, and yes, a lot of people didn't like, but you know, we can all agree on the fact that it still had something unique. And yes, again, it was a cheap imitation of Treyarch Zombies, but at least it had some sort of replayability factor. You can go back on Advanced Warfare Zombies and you can still have some fun playing, and I mean, the game will definitely keep you there for some hours or some minutes. I know that TikTok have ruined some of your Call of Duty athletes' attention span, but you know, it's still kind of at my number 11 spot. I got Infinite Warfare, and the reason it beats Advanced Warfare is because of Ww2 Zombies. And this time I can't say that it was a cheap imitation of Zombies, because they tried to do so many different things, but the reason it failed in the beginning was because of Black Ops 3 Zombies. Like, going from high to all the way down, like, you are getting like all the dopamine shots while you were playing Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare Zombies comes and you get that dopamine crash. That was the big sentiment of all the Call of Duty athletes in the community, guys. But other than that, and especially looking back now from 2020, like we're currently in 2020, maybe you're watching this video in 2045, looking back, and especially after we have gotten all the DLC maps for Zombies, and especially getting the director's cut, it was pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. Coming in at our number 10 spot, we have Black Ops 4, and the only reason I have above Infinite Warfare is because of Blackout. And if I would personally rank Black Ops 4 based off of Blackout, I can absolutely put a little bit higher on my list, but let's be real, Modern Warfare got Call of Duty Warzone. Black Ops 4 did not have a campaign. Its multiplayer disappointed a lot of people. It wasn't necessarily multiplayer, but it was more of like all the recycled content and lack of new maps, new fresh maps, and basically we had season passes, we had like battle passes, we had supply drops, and even microtransactions. I mean, guys, like $1 for a red dot. Have you guys seen that before? They definitely killed Black Ops 4 in my my opinion. But if you minus microtransactions and if you're somebody who really don't care about campaign, Black Ops 4 was definitely solid, and its zombies was also phenomenal. If Black Ops 4 Zombies was your first game, you're gonna love it. But if you're like me who played Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3 Zombies, it was not. Coming in at my number 9 spot, I have Call of Duty Ww2. Yes, I can say certain words on YouTube. YouTube is the reason I put it above Black Ops 4 is because it had a campaign, and yes, it was generic and it was not like really effective, but it did have that bonding aspect that I absolutely loved. And obviously the campaign story with Ww2 you cannot really go wrong with. Its multiplayer was something that was despised by the community after a month in, but now looking back after the overhaul, it's a brand new game and it is considered to be one of the best multiplayer. But zombies, I mean, that is considered to be one of the worst, and I guess for right reasons as well, because they did not innovate a whole lot. I know that there is still a following that absolutely loves the realistic aspect of Ww2 Zombies, and you know what, I absolutely respect that, but understand this is an opinion of mine, an opinion of the vast majority, and the vast majority of the Call of Duty athletes did not like it. At my number 8 spot, this is probably gonna be a shocker because I have Call of Duty 4 on the list. And understand this, like, going back, it was considered to be the best game, and even right now it is considered to be the best game, but once again it does not have that sauce compared to some of the other games that I got in terms of content, but fun factor wise it is still there, right? Like, you can boot up Call of Duty 4 or even Modern Warfare Remastered and you can have a solid time playing this game, because it brings me back to simple times. Its campaign was iconic, multiplayer was definitely the best during 2007, but let's be real, we got games like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, so in that regards it comes at my number 8 spot. Coming in at our number 7 spot, I got World at W, and this is hands down the best game. I mean, campaign wise it was solid. Like, how many times you can put like a Russian flag down under the supervision of Reznov? Absolutely. It also was the first game that introduced zombies, and zombies is my favorite. But let's be real, we have games like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, so in that regards it comes at my number 7 spot. But don't get me wrong, it was solid. I still think that Call of Duty 4 multiplayer was better than World at W, but I know that some of you stud muffins will disagree, but that's completely fine. Coming in at my number 6 spot, there I gotta put Modern Warfare Reboot, the Modern Warfare 2019, and a lot of people are 50-50 with this game. Some people would put it below Call of Duty Ghost, and some would even put it as the best Call of Duty game, and there is nothing wrong with opinions. I mean, if you like it, just let me know in the comments below. If you hate it, let me know in the comments below. But the reason I have it at my number 6 spot is because of the campaign and Call of Duty Warzone. Its multiplayer is great too, don't get me wrong, but all of the good stuff that they tried to do is absolutely overshadowed by skill-based matchmaking, and that's the devil itself. Like, skill-based matchmaking, but let's be real, only the hardcore guys despise the skill-based matchmaking. The casuals, they love it. I mean, it's heaven for the casuals. Its multiplayer is great too, don't get me wrong. Like, it doesn't have crazy amount of microtransactions. That's where it gets all my praise, and its multiplayer is also realistic. I love the weapon customization, but where it excels is, I mean, campaign and Call of Duty Warzone. Campaign, I guess that there are only 2 criticisms that I would give is its length. I want like a longer campaign, and also its villain wasn't that effective, but still the campaign was realistic, so that's where it gets all my praise. It is hands down one of the best campaign ever made, and I guess that all of you stud muffins and the Call of Duty athletes out there would absolutely put it at your number 1 or number 2 spot, which is considered to be Spec Ops is completely broken. And if we did not have Call of Duty Warzone, I would put Modern Warfare a little bit down on my list, because let's be real, if you're on Xbox, not only that you got about 200 days to wait for survival, but survival is like nothing compared to Modern Warfare 3 survival. It's just not even there. It's not fun. Spec Ops is completely broken. It's not fun to play, but Call of Duty Warzone is what saved Modern Warfare in terms of fun and replayability factor. Now keep in mind, the game is still good, but the fun factor and replayability is different for everyone out there, right? Coming in at my number 5 spot, I know that this is definitely gonna make you guys chest up and absolutely go at me in the comments below, because I know that some of you stud muffins will be like, how dare you put it at your number 5 spot, you should have put it a little bit higher. But ladies and gentlemen, I got Modern Warfare 2 on the list, and number 5 is considered one of the best. I mean, top 5, everybody, but Modern Warfare 2, understand this, its campaign was solid, multiplayer was a banger. I absolutely loved it. Yes, it had some problems like, hey, one-man army, noob 2, but you know, who gives a damn about that stuff? It was fun, and that is all. Modern Warfare 2 is that game that I wasn't able to play in its prime because Black Ops 1 was my first Call of Duty game, so therefore I am uncultured when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. I did not like Modern Warfare 2. Its Spec Ops was great too. Just wish that we had that kind of Spec Ops in Modern Warfare, but you know, Modern Warfare 2019 is where it blows. But Modern Warfare 2, hands down, one of the best Call of Duty game. Coming in at my number 4 spot, I got Black Ops 1. This is my very first Call of Duty game, and I absolutely love it. And its campaign, banger, right? Like, there is no denying. I love that Black Ops aspect, that classified zombies is where I was like chasing that dragon. Like, I was constantly getting that high. I was playing it like 24/7, so much so that I didn't even bother playing its multiplayer. I would play like one game of multiplayer and then like, yeah, it's whatever, I'm gonna go play zombies. But understand this, Black Ops 1 multiplayer is considered to be the best when it comes to no skill-based matchmaking, because if you're a hardcore Call of Duty player and you can get a lot of kills, this was the game where you were cycling through streaks like no tomorrow. You were getting all the K9 units, and it was surely simple times. But at my number 3 spot, I have Modern Warfare 3, and I can hear you guys, you stud buttons are like, how dare you put Modern Warfare 3 above Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2. But understand this, Modern Warfare 3 is something that I was addicted to, right? Like, this game came out, I played it right after Black Ops 1 because Black Ops 1 was my first Call of Duty game, and Modern Warfare 3 is where it was for me in terms of multiplayer. I was no-lifing multiplayer every single day right after school. I was like, hey, I gotta like play, you know how that was, where you can ninja defuse all the bees. I can't say that word on YouTube. Spec Ops was amazing. It's survival. I would say that was a gem, even though some would say that was a cheap imitation of zombies. And I mean, feel free to engage in the, if we had survival like this in Modern Warfare 2019, I would have been playing that 24/7, because Modern Warfare 3 survival was like no other. It tried to introduce new mechanics and new aspects to the game that definitely poured a lot of life. It was like multiplayer maps. It had that realistic approach, you know, modern day aspect. We didn't have zombies, so it was a lot more realistic with that arcadey Call of Duty feel. I just loved it. Its campaign was amazing as well. It wasn't as brutal as Modern Warfare 2. It was not that bad. Comes at my number 3 spot. At my number 2 spot, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. This game had a lot of problems with microtransactions, but I guess that this is the only game that gets a pass from me and from a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong, microtransactions bad, everybody, but I got Black Ops 3 on my list. Yes, its campaign was just the worst. That's kind of like what everybody would say. I did not play, so therefore my opinion is gonna be invalid. But listen, I think I only have less than 20 hours on the multiplayer, but if you talk about my hours on zombies, it would be brutal, man. I don't even want to know how many hours I got in, because I was playing that every single day. I would even say this, that I had more fun on Black Ops 3 Zombies than GTA 5, which is something that I never thought that I would say. I mean, GTA 5 is a masterpiece, don't get me wrong. I love that game. That's probably my favorite game of all time. But Black Ops 3 Zombies is where I had tremendous amount of fun. That was the only mode that I was playing 24/7. DLC 1, The Rise and the Wrath, banger. DLC 2, yes, for the time, some people didn't like it, but looking back, banger. Gorat Krovi, banger. Revelation, yeah, whatever, banger. We even had DLC 5, it was a banger. Moral of the story, I was hard throughout the whole cycle of Black Ops 3 Zombies. But that leaves us with only Black Ops 2, and coming in at our number 1 spot, ladies and gentlemen, the best Call of Duty game. And I guess that 99% of the people would agree that this is hands down the best game. Zombies, what it didn't have. We had Jimmy Zelensky, we had Jason Blundell, we had Mob of the Dead, we had Origins, we had Buried. So we had 2 different people making 2 different types of experiences for 2 different types of audiences. Therefore, like, if you did not like Mob of the Dead, you had Buried, you had Transit, and Die Rise.